Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to yet another Straight Talk. I'm Wendy, and on behalf of Circle 96, a very warm welcome to Straight Talk Feng Shui Review today will be on Provence residences. In this review, our masters will not hold back their tongue and will share all valuable information with you. You'll be wondering why we are doing this show. Are we paid for doing this? No. Very simple, no. We are not paid by the developer and or any of the agents, nor do we represent any of them. This is our very own Straight Talk. We understand that many Singaporeans buying a property is a significant decision, and this involves a large sum of money. Hence, Circle 96 would like to do our part and share our expertise with you. Firstly, I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Torino Lamborghini Luxury Energy Drink, a carbonated soft drink that provides the right amount of energy in every moment of your life. Our next sponsor is RenoTalk, the #1 renovation platform in Southeast Asia for people to come together to talk and engage on renovation matter, recommended by property owners for property owners. Last but not least is Sky Creation, an award-winning renovation firm that has garnered several awards in the industries over the years. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you also our birthday boy today, the Masters KK. Master KK, is our modern Feng Shui consultant who at one point doesn't believe in Feng Shui. He shares the same sentiments as those non-believer until he was enlightened by his wife. Let's welcome our birthday boy, Master KK.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Thank you for the well introduction. I hope later the information we provide you will let you make a better, well-educated decision to buying a property. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you. That's our Master KK. With him together, I have Master Sim, also a Feng Shui practitioner with a very strong foundation in philosophy and the application of I Ching metaphysics. He is professionally trained in areas of computer science and IT and was our winner of the Singapore Young Award Scientist back in 1992. Master Simas?
Hello everyone. Yeah, I think this Provence resident, if you are intend to purchase or you already purchased, you must listen to this because you need to use your hand later on to do calculation of what are the more important points, okay, especially the arrow. Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we will need a lot of calculation this afternoon. So going to calculate together with us today will be Master Eric Leong. Besides Feng Shui, he specializes in divination. He is our walking crystal ball, man of few words, but when he does speak, his sharp and accurate insights and observation will leave many people speechless. Can you say something more than just hi this time, Master Eric? I can't hear you, Master Eric. Okay, see, I told you he's a man of few words.
Hello there.
Okay, well, that's a very good improvement. One extra word, that's 100% more. That is our Master Eric Leong. Okay, last but not least is our Master E.L. Fong. Feng Sifu is born into the family of Feng Shui masters, and he's been practicing this art for well over 40 years. Our Feng Shui dictionary, who is well versed in all sub-branches of Feng Shui. Master Fong has been using his talent and experience to improve the lives of many people around him. Master Fong.
Hello， 欢迎大家再次来到我们的风水 Straight Talk， 待会见，然后交给 Wendy 了。
Okay, so I need to just point out one more thing, okay? As this development has not been fully constructed, so our master's assessments are based strictly on environmental analysis. Without further delay, let's welcome my team of masters. Master KK, would you like to just start off with today's review, please?
Thank you. Before actually we start off in talking about Provence residences, I'd like to promote 3 books. These 3 books are all co-written by our masters in Circle 96, and they are all given free to you. When you finish your talk today, you'll receive the 3 books. The very first book that we did we have is actually 7 pieces of vital information your property agent can't share with you. If you're out there looking for a property, you really must get a hold of this book, because it's taught very clearly what kind of house you should buy and what kind of house you should avoid. Right? This is totally free from you. At the end of the show, Wendy would be very nice to give you the link on the chat. All right, so stay tuned. The second book, which was also co-written by Master Sharon and myself, is actually a book for people already having their own properties. This book is called Peace of Mind, the Modern Feng Shui Tips. All right, in this book, we give you many useful and applicable tips to help you improve your harmony, your health, and your prosperity from your home Feng Shui. The very third book is for business owner. There are 7 deadly Feng Shui mistakes that many business owners use, and they will bring down their business. So this is actually through our observation, through our practice, through our 7 deadly Feng Shui mistake that we observe in many corporations, and this is all true story. So these all 3 books will be yours at the end of the show. So Wendy will be very nice to give you the link later. So stay tuned to what we have to offer. Today, we are going to talk about a property. It's called Provence Residences. It's just at Sembawang area, very near to Sembawang MRT and Canberra MRT. In fact, it's just in between these 2 MRT. All right. To give you the orientation, I would like to thank the people from streetdirectory.com. They are the one who give us very, very good and clear street directory. We're going to break down the property into 8 sectors. All right. The very first sector, as you can see, is highlighted up now straight away. It's your northwest sector. The second sector, it's a north sector, and then the third sector will be a northeast sector. All right, and then followed by the east sector, followed by the southeast sector, followed by the south sector, followed by the southwest sector, followed by the west sector. Now, every sector, or cardinal we call it, but in this exercise, we like to call it sectors, easier for everybody to understand. It represents a certain family member. For example, in the north represents the first, the year 2020, the year of the rat, also to represent the second boy in the family. Second boy, I mean he has a boy brother above him already. All right, so he's the second born child, second born son in the family. All right, he also represents certain body parts. For example, kidney. All right, north represents kidney. Okay, so he also represents certain symbol. For example, north also represents cash flow, accounting. Okay, north also represents hearing. So without further ado, our masters will start to bring you across all the 8 sectors, giving you information about this property and giving you information about whether this property is a good property to buy or not. At the end of the session, we will give you the ratings. That means all the masters will give you rating 1 to 10, whether it's a buy or no buy. All right, so stay tuned, and ladies and gentlemen, let's fire ahead. Maybe I'll just start first since I'm the one on the mic already. Let's talk about the north sector. Like I mentioned just now before, north sector represents the second boy in the family. North sector also represents memories and strategy. So if you're somebody who needs to use a lot of planning, right, this is not a sector for you, because north represents a water element, and you have a lot of green elements, a lot of wood elements in your north sector, symbolize poor memories or poor planning, strategy planning. All right, so I think also the second boy is also very deprived. He has worked very hard, but he doesn't shows any results. So people, if you're going to buy this in a property and you have two sons, the second son is the one that is losing out quite a fair bit in terms of academic achievement, in terms of life achievement. All right, I shall stop here and let my masters give you more information. Masters, please. Master Simas? Master Simas? You're muted. Mr. Simas, you're unmute. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, we see the first arrow from the north coming for the Montreal drive itself. Well, yeah, the north have the arrow. Actually, it can be a very serious injury. Okay, from health point of view, I think kidney problem is the most important one that we need to beware of. And also for the young people that want to be father, north sector, you have this health issue. I think you need to make sure that, if you want to be a father, then make it stronger at the north sector. And because the arrow is coming in from the north, it's very strong. So the formation to strengthen the north is very important. Yeah. So contact us for the tips. What do you say, Master Rick?
Yes, whatever you just mentioned, I see it on the map. It's quite true. And this will affect your investment also. North also represents your investment. So if you have last year, if your investment went bad, it could be due to all these external factor that is there present affecting the north. And just be more careful on the investment here because all this can be ironed out in the internal feng shui. Yep. Master Feng, would you like to add some?
很好，很好。大家都知道这个地方呢，北边呢是不是太过理想？但是呢，也不用担心，我们要选择一些比较好的 layout，就是来避免这个北边有缺陷，就是不要有缺角嘛。如果那边有缺角的话，那就会加一些风险啊，比如老人痴呆，因为北边是 memory。你掉了头发又撒酱就比较危险所以那边要注意一下。还有年轻人要生孩子的话，北方一定要选好的。当然我们会跟你们说哪一个方位在这个 plot 里面会比较好的，这个就是由风水师的工作了。好了，我也暂时不要说太多那些比较不吉利的，但是我们可以避免的我先交给 Wendy 吧。
Okay, thank you, Master Fong. Okay, so what I understand from Master Fong is if there is actually missing corner in this sector, please be careful, especially when it comes to family planning as well as dementia possibility. Okay, so that's from our Master Fong. Thank you. So moving on, okay, from north. Okay, if there's nothing else to add on by the masters, shall we just move on to the northeast?
All right, so the northeast sector represents the year 2021, 2022 Earth element. All right, it also represents the career path for the people staying in Provence residences. It also represents the family harmony, people that are staying inside Provence residences. It also represents all the children, regardless of your ranking, all the little children staying inside Provence residences. It also represents the boy. That means above him must have two other brothers. All right, then he's a third born son. All right, then this also represents him. This is the sector. This sector is also the sector that represents the skin. All right, the skin problems, if you have any. It also represents the sinus, the nose problem. It also represents the shoulder, the neck, the lower back, the backbones. All these are symbolized in the northeast sector. Okay, so northeast sector being earth element, it really dislikes two type of element. First, it dislikes the metal element. Second, it dislikes the wood element because the wood will control the earth, giving it a lot of problems. It also have the metal element. It will deplete the earth, giving it work for nothing. Okay, so over here I can see there's a lot of green patches of forested area in the far northeast sector, and also patches or pockets of green sector between provinces, at province residences and HDB block nearby 102B, those blocks areas nearby. So there are a lot of green patches over here. And then I see there's also community centers. So green patches in wood element, so it's not good for you. Meaning to say people in this sector may have problems with their career or sinus or eczema. Some other things that they have in northeast sector, which is represented by northeast sector, also represents the breast for the ladies and the pregnancy. Okay, because northeast represents the mountain. So when the ladies lie down, there's two parts that's protruding. One is the breast, the other one is the stomach for pregnancy. So now I can safely say that it's not going to be an easy pregnancy. So ladies and gentlemen, for the remedy of this is that once you're pregnant, get yourself a very good gynae. All right, daddy out there, potential daddy out there, please do not save and do not be thrifty on a good gynae. After all, your baby and your wife is going into an operating theater to give birth to your child, so do not save money on this. All right, come, Master Simas, please share with us 2 cents worth of your wisdom. Thank you, Master Simas.
Yeah. Wood. Can be seen a lot over at this sector. Yeah, but wood is an element that will produce fire. So if we can see that there's some fire elements at this sector, then it will be good because the northeast represented by earth, okay, and fire can produce earth. Then now here we can see power station, right? Power station, and then it's closer, right? Then the closer one actually is at the Sembawang Road itself, 878 itself. We can see also a kindergarten, the Gluklich schoolhouse, right? Which is very good because school also represented by fire, right? So fire can strengthen this sector, but you need to look for it. So which means that it's not easy to get it, but you need to search very hard, and then you need to get the benefactor to come to you by getting a Feng Shui formation that can attract them together. Yeah, so yeah, I think this is something that I have seen. How about other masters?
Well, thank you, Master Simas. I would say that, okay, the power station is good, the forested area, which is no good, affecting, and there could be some changes. If you look at the roads here, Canberra, what is that, street, okay, joined with Canberra, what is that, Crescent. Okay, there are a few of this split junction here. So that means to say that families here are going through some changes, okay, and one junction, two junction, so there could be two major transition of changes during the period of this year and next year, okay, and I'll leave it for Master Feng. Anything else on this?
好了，大家都讲了很多了，关于这个东北方向但是我要说的一点重要的是，这个地方也代表家庭环境，家庭里的压力会比较大，所以呢，你们听到我们这里，你们就有福气了，我们有办法把它减轻，就是说你们不要显得太差的东北方，就是说不要有缺角的就 OK 了其他的就是要注意一些肠胃啦，要定时的吃饭啦就 OK 了。最重要是保护你们的肠胃。通常的 Singaporean 基本上10个有11个肠胃的问题是一定会有的，因为他们在外做工都不定时吃饭有时早餐都没吃，就吃午餐，然后就吃晚餐。所以呢，要注意一下，遇到我们是你们的福气，我们会增强你们的位置的，放心放心。好
，Master Feng 有一个化煞为权是吗？这边可以做吗？
可以化煞为权，你要哪一个权？要权力还是要钱财都可以我们都可以跟你增加一点旺气了，没问题。
我很喜欢 Master Feng 的数学，
但是不可能把乞丐变成那个有钱人对吧？这个是不可能的不然的话，现在就变成千万富翁了只是增加到你该有的maximum 你的那个 profit maximum 你的那个财气就 OK 了。最重要还是健康我觉得健康最重要。Wendy 你说是吗 Wendy?
Yes, definitely. Wealth always comes first. Okay. Well, but most Singaporeans will also think that, without wealth, health does not matter. But then when you don't have health, with no matter how much wealth you have, you are going to be very stressed out. Right? Yeah. So it's a lifestyle. Yeah. Like what Master Feng has actually said, I like to highlight, if you're moving in here, the family, in terms of harmony, can be rather high-strung and stressed out. So Master Feng also warns that, you should look after yourself, especially when it comes to diet. Don't add on and, increase your stress further. Okay? But very luckily also, you have met the team of masters who are always available and able to help you out. Okay? Yes, Master KK, you were about to say something.
Yeah, I like the way Master Feng does his calculation. Mathematics is wonderful. 10个里面11个有肠胃的问题。
sorry 因为我忘记了，我以前的算术老师是体育老师教的。
Yes， 他自己算多一次是吗？算了1000再算自己一次。OK，
对不起。
So you all know
开玩笑
who's the funny masters inside among the group, the one that's very so actually all the masters are joker. If you ask Wendy will tell you. I think the best thing Wendy likes working about here is that it's full of laughter. But unfortunately, because of the climb down, or rather the heightened alerts, we've not been able to meet all together.
Very
When we meet
true.
all together, it's all about nothing but laugh and laugh and laugh. Correct, now, Wendy?
Yeah, but we're still laughing through all the Zoom meetings and long distance. There's still a lot of teasing going on. So 你们一有机会，你们不会放过的 right?
Yeah, 刚才我漏掉 I miss out one thing. One more arrow from here. If you choose the wrong unit, arrow from the north east. Actually, there's another one from this Canberra Crescent.
漏掉什么呢？
The
外星的
arrow.
箭
So maybe, masters, let's just give the viewers a little bit of tips here. What is the explaining of the arrow? So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Would you like to stand in front of a bow and an arrow, or would you want to stand behind the bow and arrow? So obviously, you want to stand behind the bow and arrow, because if behind the bow and arrow, you are shooting at somebody. If you're standing in front of a bow and arrow, you get yourself shot. So, buying a property, the landscape, the terrain, the roads, the river, the canal, everything tells a story. So once you have a road that's bending towards you, it means a bow and arrow is coming shooting towards you. And it represents which year, because each sector represents a certain year and represents a certain family members, or it represents a certain body parts. So that one will be the first to suffer. Okay. For example, northeast sector, if there's a bow and arrow coming towards you, the first thing I mentioned just now, career. Maybe the career is suffering. Second, I did mention about pregnancy. Pregnancy maybe is a bit challenging, difficult, or skin problems, eczema, etc., etc. Or the third son may be going through a very difficult labor before the third son is born, all right? Or even if he's born successfully, he may be a bit rebellious, or he may be a bit sickly. Sickly means prone to illnesses easily. So that's a bow and arrow is very toxic. So try as much as possible to avoid houses that has too many bow and arrow. And we're going to tell you more about these problems at residences later, because we noticed there are many, many bows and arrows, and we'll highlight them to you one by one. Right during our rehearsal, before we actually come on live, we saw many things, and all our masters are eager to share with you guys. Okay, so can we move on to the third sector, the east sector, Wendy? Are we able to do that?
Sure. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, masters, anything to add on to the northeast sector before I actually move to the east sector? Are all okay?
Yeah, we move to the east.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I stay at the east.
East sector is one of the East sector is one of the better sector I see in the past two sectors. This is the third sector. This is one of the better sectors. Now let's explain what is East sector. What does it represent? East sector represents the year 2011 or future year with 2023. It also represents wood element. The year would be a rabbit year. It also represents a firstborn boy in a family, regardless whether there are sisters above him. So long he's the firstborn boy, he is the first boy in the family. He is represented by the east sector. East also represents the lakes, represents growth. Okay, and east represents the year. Rather I would say the east love wood element, love earth element, and love water element. Over here, I see there's a large portion of the east sector that is a forested area, and I'm very happy for you. So your friends, the son, the first boy in a family, if you are a first boy in a family yourself, and if you have a son that's the first boy in a family, he is super friendly. He has a lot of friends out there. And I'll leave the rest for the rest of the master to comment. I cannot say everything, then the rest of the master nothing to say, especially Master Feng. He come out the last, nothing to say really. Okay, I just keep myself quiet. Master Eric, Master Simas, and Master Feng, please take over. Please.
Okay, let me cover all the east stuff first, all the wood stuff. Yeah, because down here you don't see fire. Very good. Yeah, so we see a lot of this. Now count. Canberra Crescent itself is an incomplete, but to the east of Canberra Crescent, you can see East Glen, then East Brook, then East Launch, then East Bank, then East Delta. So all the east over here are very good because East represent also wood elements. Okay, and then down here we have a lot of wood elements, which means that it strengthen this sector, and then whoever this sector represent will be very good. The first son, right? Very promising, very a lot of friends, very friendly. Okay, can have very good relationship with people. Yeah, that's very good. Yep. Yeah, I count all the wood ready. Okay. Masters, what do you see?
You can't finish already. No need to count already. But this over here, this construction going on, TOP 2023, which is the East year 2023. And so East also represents our proactiveness, our activeness. So this group of people staying here are pretty active because the East side has quite a good element supporting it. And that what Simpang, Sungai Simpang. Okay, over there you got this waterway which straight line running through. That is also supporting the east sector with very nice, good. Only thing the drawback maybe that Canberra Crescent, that bow and arrow is a bit of eyesore over there. So just be careful if you're a sportsman, active person. Be careful of leg injury. Yeah, Pastor Fong.
Well, you found another bow and arrow at this sector.
你们太厉害了，把东西讲完了。但是放心，我是好料成底的啊！你们听一下，你们听过东宫太子吗？啊，就是东宫这里，所以你们住在这里的，生孩子生到男的，恭喜你哦！这里他是很有出息的哦，非常有出息哦，朋友多，外面多，但是多到对朋友好过对父母哦，这要注意一下。
哦
啊，不要太高兴哦，对朋友多开心，但是他就忽略了就是说对孩子、对朋友啊好过对妈妈，朋友的生日我去啊，妈妈生日算了，忘记掉了啊，就是这样，就是有一点不好处啦。他
情以义的听众，
所以要注意一下，不要太宠他们。虽然他们很有出息，很有这个自信心非常的强，自己努力，全部都很强。这个男孩子是非常不错的，所以恭喜你们哦，有男孩子的哦，女孩也不错，放心，等一下我们会讲到啊，不用担心啊。这边我看到这里是最好的一个宫位啊，也适合那种销售人员哦，在这里哦也是很有冲劲的哦。如果你做销售的也不错了哦，所以也要恭喜，
行动力很强。
对，OK。好，我就 pass 给 Wendy。
Thank you, Master Fong. Okay, for the benefit of the non-Mandarin speaker, basically, Master Fong is very happy, especially if you have a first son, for the first son in your family, because he is a very confident and popular boy. However, as mother especially, since I'm a mom myself, you're going to feel a bit jealous because your precious son is going to treat the friends way better than yourself. But then as parents, we always say it's expected, right? So do we just accept this, just accept this? Or perhaps if master themselves can help you and improve this relationship, why not, right? Don't just accept because people say, oh, teenagers like that. Then you say, yeah, okay, teenagers like that. So they rebel, okay, you just accept. I actually don't agree. If you can do something to improve the relationship amongst family members, especially now parent and child, and most of them are always on devices, I strongly recommend you to speak with our masters. I have seen wonders myself. Okay, so beside that, Master Fong also added this place is actually quite a good location for all the salespeople, right? Okay, so that's from Master Fong. Okay, so before we move on to Southeast, I think we have some questions as well that's coming in. But Masters, do you have anything else to add on for the East sectors?
Sure. Actually, there's also a highlight I want to highlight to the parents that have children staying in the province residences, that your first boy will have always benefactor in his life. We need to say 一生一贵人. All right, he's better with people of older age, his teacher, his employers are all going to be taking care of him. He's senior as well. Okay. However, that leads to a little setback as well. As you all know, there's no perfect feng shui. Feng shui is yin and yang. So there's good something that's good. There's something that's not so prosperous, not so good. So that's not the thing that's not so good for your son. Is that he's a bit lazy. He can be a bit of a bum. Okay, so he needs proper motivation as well. The moment you set the right target for him, set the right goals for him, motivate him the correct way, he will be a rocket. All right, so he needs a bit of motivational skill when it comes to your son. All right, so he's a bit of a bum. You can just predict that. All right, so mommy, sometimes you see your son, why so lazy? He's not lazy, he's just not focused. You do not have a goal or set a target for him. Once he aims his target as goal, he will fly like a rocket. All right, just the extra information for you all. All right, there is a question from Joel. We're going to answer that question. Can we answer that question, Masters? Would that be okay? Can we bring out these questions to answer for Joel? So Joel actually asked these questions. He asked, Masters, do we align the goodness of where we stay as residences to the birth date and time? 住的地方与生辰八字有关吗? Okay, that's a very good question. Now, how many of you out there who like to have this question answered? If you like to have this question answered, I'd like to see number one. You press number one into the group chat, and we see enough people who are concerned about these questions. We'll answer them. If not, then privately we'll talk to Joel. Would that be okay? Right, so if you think that this is a question you also want to know, hey, does our residential places that we stay has any connection with our 生辰八字, whether it affects our luck, our career, our health? If you want to have this answer, please key in as many as possible. I see if you all have people who key in one, then we will answer. Right? Or only so far, Joel, only one person, and Wendy only.
Joel plus Joel. Joel, you and Joel.
We tie as well.
Yeah, then we have Vita as well. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, we tie.
Thank you. All right. So the very simple questions, but as usual, masters always answer questions in a different manner. They will tell you a story and let you decide for yourself. So as without fail, as a master myself, I'll tell you a story. Then you decide for yourself. Right? Masters in masters are bopian. We still must maintain the masters in us. Okay. So 1945, there was actually a war, and it's called a World War II. Right? In 1945, the Americans dropped 2 atomic bombs into Japan. One of the atomic bombs landed in Hiroshima. Right? And that split second, that 1 second, 45,000 people perished or died in Hiroshima. That 1 second when the bomb hit Hiroshima. Now, answer me these questions. Do you think the 45,000 people share the same date and time of birth? The answer is very simple, no. It's impossible for 45,000 people in Hiroshima to share the same date and time of birth. So that's your 生辰八字. None of them share. I cannot say none. I said not all of them will share. In fact, no way that all of them will share the 生辰八字. Right? 45,000 of them, not possible. But they all share 2 things that's common. They share the date that they died. In fact, the split second they died, they share the same. All right. Second thing they share the same is they were in Hiroshima. Imagine if they are in Tokyo, then they escaped that atrocity. Correct or not? So based on this setting, this story I'm telling you, whatever you have in your feng shui is reflected in the place you stay, the residence you stay. Okay? It has, of course, elements of your parts, but because I cannot read your parts now, we are all talking about the premises. A lot of people are going to stay in the premises with different parts, but all the people that stay in province residences will have the same common ground. That is, they all stay in the same location, just like Hiroshima. Okay, so based on the ground, we call feng shui. So we are able to read your feng shui based on where you're going to stay. Based on where you're going to stay, the environment will create a certain energy that is synchronized to you. For example, of course, you have heard of this thing before. Birds of the same feathers flock together. Okay, at least when you are applying for province and residences, because it's an EC, the income level is about the same, right or not? Okay, so we are doing a pattern reading based on your surrounding, right? Based on your surrounding, it's a pattern reading. So this is what we are going to do now. That's what we are doing now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you ask me, do we need to have Bazi in order to do the analysis for you? No, we do not need. We have people who come to us by giving us a postal code, by giving us the postal code that they even have not stayed in the house because it's still under construction. We're able to tell you the health, the luck cycle, and many things about your family members. Okay, so not to worry about it. All we need is your postal code. Later, we'll tell you more about it. I hope, Joel, I've answered your question. Okay, anything to add on, Masters? Please add on.
Yep, that's what Chinese saying. 天时不如地利, right? So 地利不如人和. So the 地利 is more important than 天时 because 天时 is just the time, and we need to time correctly. Need to wait, for a particular time. So you just rely on the time is not good enough. However, the time itself you cannot change, right? You can only wait or you can only count on it. Right, so if you can see when is the correct time, okay, then if it's say 3 years down the road, I'm going to really wait for that. Yeah, if not, then what else? Then you can use 地利 and 人和. Okay, you can use your own actions item, to do it. Right. So there is another saying is this: if your time is there ready, okay, your good luck is there ready, and you do nothing, what happened? The luck is in your hand ready and you still do nothing. You sleep, you sit down there doing nothing, right? You won't get it as well, right? Because it's just nothing to happen. But when the bad time is there and you still do nothing, you really get hit, right? So the luck goes like this because the time will give you the luck ups and downs, and your action item or the location you take the action will be very, very important point that actually will affect the result itself.
Okay, I understand. So what?
天时不如地利。
地利不如人和，天时地利必须人和。
All right, that's another question by Ivan Ho. We'll answer the question shortly. Let's move on to the next sector first, and then we'll answer the question from Ivan Ho. Ivan Ho actually asked a very interesting question. So he says, let me just bring it up. So does it mean the all who stays in the same estate will have the same fate? All right, that's a very good question. We'll come back to Ivan later to talk about it. Now, maybe a bit of background to the audience. Myself, I'm not a believer of Feng Shui until I was educated and converted to become a Feng Shui believer, became a practitioner. Okay, so everything you put to me in Feng Shui has to be science and facts. So the people who actually give me a lot of training, apart from my teachers, 2 more people here, 3 more people in fact everybody here. Okay, my wife, my Master Sharon, and then of course I give Master Timas, my Da Siong, a lot of help for him to teach me about Feng Shui. And then my Siong, Master Eric, and then my brother-in-law, Master Yao Feng, who has been Feng Shui for coming over 30 years. All right, so we're going to talk about it shortly. All right, so let's move on to the Southeast sector. I'm very excited to talk about the Southeast sector because this is one of the sectors that I love very much in this project. Is it okay that we move on to the Southeast sector, ladies and gentlemen, all the masters out there?
Yep.
After that, we'll come and talk about the question from Ivan. All right. So Southeast sector, let me give you a bit of background for Southeast sector. Southeast sector represents the Hut element. All right. It also represents the very first girl in the family, I mean the firstborn girl. Regardless, she has a brother or 2 brothers or 3 brothers above her, it doesn't matter. So long she's the firstborn girl, she's represented by Southeast sector. Southeast sector also represents the year 2012, 2013. Future will be 2024, 2025. Now, Southeast sector is wood element. It loves water element. It loves earth element, but it doesn't like fire and metal element. Okay, Southeast sector. I love Southeast sector so much because of 2 things. Because first and foremost, there is a construction going on. All right, there's a Park Canberra construction going on. So Park Canberra construction going on means it's wood element. So this daughter of yours is also going to be friendly and have a lot of friends. All right, I also like, most importantly, the MRT in the Southeast sector, which is the Canberra MRT. So once there's an MRT in the sector, that year is going to be a very good year. So which year is it? It's going to be the year 2025. If you could recall your year 2013, if it was a very good year for you, then there you go. All right, year 2025 will be an excellent year. So, all right, I shall just leave my comments to the rest of the masters. Master Simas, please go ahead and share more with our audience.
Yeah, let me count the east again. The wood sector. Okay, again the south east itself also a wood sector, which would like wood. Okay, also yeah, and then east lace, east links, east wave, east crown. Wow, all these are condos with the name east in front, and then east link got east link 1, east link 2. Yeah, so you know no wonder Master KK like south east so much. But I see a Hui Shan Temple at the southeast, but this is quite far away. So it means what? If the first girl of the house got to go overseas, got to do something far away, and if she's strong enough, I think she can take the pressure and can show the result very well. Otherwise, this will be a great pressure for her. Right? So what do you say, Master Eric and Master?
Yes, totally agree. And I also like the southeast sector is because the waterway, both big and small waterway, comes all the way from east into southeast. These are all good supporting element. And yeah, the girl southeast, the girl of the house southeast belongs to the southeast will be quite smart, and a lot of people helping her. Yeah. Okay, Master Feng.
呀，这个房子，两个好的方位，生了2个，一男一女是最好的了，龙凤胎呀、人家叫不是双胞胎那个龙凤胎，又有龙又有凤啊，生的孩子真的是可以上天转地的，不错啦，读书好啊，又聪明，但是这个女儿呢，家里人疼的不得了嘞，所以她会有一点懒惰嘛。知道吗？太聪明了，而且外面人缘又好啊，所以是真的不错的。这个孩子真的是有前途啊，但是也不要太骄傲哦，不能太宠哦，不然的话，但是看得出来家里的父母太宠了，不然他不会变得那么懒惰的啦。OK 啊，这个是相当好的2个方位，希望大家要注意哦，家里的这2个方位就不要搞到缺角啦，缺角的话就美中不足了哦，就是这样。好了，我交给 Wendy 了，不说太多，这里好的不要说太多。
Thank you, Master. Okay, so still the same warning to look out for the missing corners. Okay, but Master Feng actually points out it would be great to have, in this family to have a both boy and a girl. So you actually, as parents, have the best of everything, right? A bit of a chill boy, but very popular. So could end up a little bit lazy, but if you bring him up well, not an issue. For the princess, well, just a warning from Master Feng not to overly pamper and spoil her. Otherwise, she might end up in the same state like the brother. But I think every parent will be just happy and feel blessed that if the children are happy, happy and bright. I think that's a good start already. So, well, anyway, just be careful of missing corner. So that's the end of the story. Don't know how to check missing corners? Very easy. Give us a call. I'll get and arrange for one of the masters to walk you through how to check your floor plans. Okay, so that is Southeast. Do you have anything else to add, masters, for the Southeast?
No, I'm good. Any masters to add on?
Yeah, I'm good. I think the MRT don't need to mention.
Yeah. So I used to have a client who was staying in Goodman Road, right? So when he came to me, I saw that it's an MRT station in the southeast sector from his house. And I asked him, was it a very good year for you in 2012, 2013? His answer to me after pondering for a long time was this: I could walk on water. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get a property, here is a little bit feng shui tips for you. Get to a property that has as many MRT as possible, because MRT station is a congregation of human beings. 聚人气, a lot of human beings is better for you. Okay, good. We're going to talk about this question shortly by Ivan for people who just tune in. We're going to talk about this question. So does it mean all who stays in the same estate will have the same fate? All right, we're going to talk about this question later, because now we're going to share about All right, we're going to talk a bit about people who wants to buy a property. For people who wants to buy a property, what happens next? What are you going to do? How are you going to help? Because you don't know what to do. So very luckily, we have created a book. It's called the #1 Modern Feng Shui House Selection Checklist Workbook for Property Buyers. This is the #1 and the only one in the market. We are the first to come up this book for property buyers. Okay, in this book, we'll guide you step by step how to select a good house, what to look out for. Right? It's actually a workbook. We need to say with this, you can do your own checklist. You can tell yourself by checking this, when you buy a property, you can buy with confidence. For example, over here in this box over here, it represents what you should not be happening or what should not be appearing in your north sector. For example, if you have a property that is having a construction site in the north sector, and how many construction sites in the north sector? If you have 2, for example, you put a blue tick on the left, okay? And then if you have a post office or you have a factory or warehouses over there, these are something that you need to watch out for. So if this all appears, then you add up the marks over here. And on the marks, if it's below 4, it's congratulations, it's a good property. It's above 4, then this sector is in danger. All right, so and then what if have problems? These problems will surface here. Which year is going to give you problems? Which family members will have that problem that is predominantly attacking him or her? And what are the health issues? It's all spelled out properly for you in this world #1 first Feng Shui house selection book in the world. Nobody has this. All right, this is created by Circle 96. All right, so it comes at a very cheap price of $47 only, and the first 20 people who purchase it will have a 30 minutes house analysis as a complimentary to you. All right, it's really a no-brainer. If you're looking for a property now, grab it. All right, and for friends who are looking for a house and are very concerned, questions you want to ask, whether we should buy this property or not. After all, property is over $1 million. Right, it's by no means an easy matter. Right, a lot of people got to go through the sums. A lot of people got to go through many rounds of family discussion. So we have for you a package where we'll select the best 3 properties for you, and this usually comes at a price of $1,500. But because of this promotion now we have with you, it's going to come down a price to $1,088 only. Very cheap, because you may say, wow, still $1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, paying $1,000 is worth it, because not paying it is going to cost you more trouble. As you have seen, we are talking about the north sector all the way to the southeast sector. Not all sectors are very good, and we're going to talk about the south all the way to the northwest sector. Later you will see there are more O's and arrows coming out. So how do you know what is good and what is not good for you? Everybody wants to buy property, they want to have the best house, right? But how do you know? Well, I'm sad to say property agents only want to sell a house to you. They don't care what happens to you after you purchase the house. So Feng Shui consultants are here to advise you whether this is a property is a good one or a no-go. All right. So all this come at a very cheap price of $1,088. Plus, for the first 6 people, you get the $47 #1 Modern Feng Shui House Selection Checklist Workbook for property buyers free. All right, this comes to you free. For friends who are interested in the workbook, please scan this QR code, or you can contact Wendy or via the WhatsApp or the WeChat here, or the chat group here. For friends who are interested in the house selections, you can also contact us. For friends out there, audience out there who are just interested in do the audits really, because you purchase a house, if you think that one of our masters is able to help you to improve your harmony, your health, or your prosperity in your family, just scan the QR code and then we'll be in touch with you shortly. All right, good. Masters, without further ado, let's talk about the south sector. Right, south sector represents the fire elements. It also represents the year of the year of the horse. It also represents the year 2014 and 2026. The family members with the second daughter, the second born girl in the family, that means she must have an elder sister above her. Okay, south also represents academy. That means people who want to stay in this place, whether they are good in their studies. It also represents relationship. It also represents civilization, whether they are good manners, they are polite or not. For friends out there, south also represents Bepio, your 4D. If you have family members, your Akong Ama, Parents love to play 4D. This is a sector you want to pay attention to. South also represents the eyes of the family, your eyesight. Okay, also represents the blood pressure for the family, also represents the heart condition for the family. And for ladies, most importantly, this also represents the breast for the family, for the ladies. Okay, why I say important? Because as you all know, breast cancer is the number one cancer causing for all the death among ladies. So I need to pay a special attention. All right. As over here, we can say that I really don't like this south sector. I think the rest of the masters is going to point out to you why I don't like this south sector. All right, I'll tell you I don't like this south sector. And masters, please go ahead. Masters, Simas, maybe you want to point out to them why I don't like
think
this
why
south
you don't like already. Why you don't like? You see the brownstone. Brownstone over here, jialat nah, brownstone. So you just imagine brownstone happen at this sector. And stone is earth element. Earth element is actually exhausting the fire element. So the bolat, not enough strength already. And then you want to have strength, you need to look for wood element. And wood element is the Sendudok Park, the Jalan Sendudok Park over there. Yeah, it's quite far away comparatively. And also there is the shop houses over there. It's quite far away compared to the brownstones. Yeah, and then the rest. Master Eric, Master Fong, do you all see any other things?
Let me see. Which route is that? Canberra Drive. Canberra Drive, if you look at it closely, there is some sort of a road bend which likes a bow and arrow pointing towards the plot over there. I think it's
continue
just
counting.
Yeah, I think this is just behind the block of 154 at Brownstone. 152. Yeah. So,
yeah. I see that. Another bow and arrow, poison arrow again.
Yeah, just open space the wood there. Yeah. So gotta be more careful on the health over here. South also represents our heart, our sort of blood pressure, eyes. So be more mindful of these areas for the health. Do check a regular checkup on this. If you have old parents, old folks that has got this issue, take extra care on that. Yeah, thank you.
Master Fong。
哇，都差不多给你们讲完了哈。但是我要强调一点的是，这个地方是有一点缺陷的，因为这个南边呢，真的是有不好的因素很多老人家住在里面呢，你看看就要注意他的心脏，这里一箭穿心就是心脏，尤其是你房子里面呢，南方有厕所的话呢。西北方有灶，你看这边西北方这里有学校，也是有火克，头会受伤，或者是头脑的心血管这些都要注意一下，尤其是年老的，年轻的无所谓，年轻身体力壮，他可能只是眼睛的问题，但是也要注意血压的问题这些是比较要注重的问题然后千万要注意厕所的方位，不要在南边，还有也是不要有缺陷。那么你这个南边在房子里面还要加强，那你就会比较减少这方面的危机了。OK， 好了，我就交给 Wendy 了。OK。
谢谢冯政府。Okay, let me try my very best to see if I can explain this correctly. Okay, he needs to highlight this to the elderly who will be residing in this property to watch for the heart condition. Okay, and please also take note of the location of your toilet and bathroom, especially if it's in the same sector in the south. Okay, so also because of the school location that's located in the sector, potential head injury, please be careful. For the younger ones, the healthier people, you may not have the issues that we mentioned earlier, but please do look after yourself, especially for the eyes and the blood pressure. Am I correct so far, Master? My Chinese is finally improving.
华语进步很快
All right, Masters, thank you so much for your sharing. I think there's a few more questions going on here. There's a question by our audience. View, if we select a high floor, will we escape the bow and arrow impact? All right, and then we'll answer all these questions. But however, let's pick on one question that came on earlier by Ivan Ho. Ivan Ho, are you there? Good. This answer is going to directly to answer your questions. But his question is: so does it also means that whoever stays in the same estate has the same fate? Well, the answer is yes and no. Now, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to point out something that is facts. Okay. In the house, not everybody is born the first boy. For example, I'm the second boy in the family, right? Maybe my neighbor is the first son in the family. So not everybody has shared the same fate, okay? But yes, generally speaking, if they are the second boy or they are a mother, they share generally the same fate. So all the birds of the same feathers flock together. Then again, not everybody, the shape of your house is the same. Right, certain shape of the house has a missing corner on the east, certain shape of the house has a missing corner in the southeast, certain shape of the house has a protruding in the south. So again, those are different. So again, not everybody stay in the same floor. Okay, so all these will have a different answers. Right? But in a whole, generally, as I mentioned just now, Hiroshima's bombing, generally everybody shared a little bit of the same fate, but never the same in total. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so this
addition to,
but you must also understand, we are trying our best to share with you based on the street directory. We have not seen your floor plan. We've not seen what kind of ranking you have at home. Maybe you're the third or fourth son, or maybe your wife's the fourth and a fifth daughter or first daughter, and then you have two or three differently. So everybody has a different family setup. So if you wish to know more about your analysis, all you need to do is book through Wendy, come to us. I will give you a 1 hour free analysis. We'll tell you more about your family, more about your health, your career, and your life cycle, just based on a street directory postal code. If you have selected Provence residences, you don't even have to stay in the house. We can tell you many, many things. And for people who are a bit scared of giving us 八字, no, we do not need your 八字 at all. Okay, 八字 is only 180, 200 years old. What we are doing to you is I Ching Feng Shui has been around for 8,000 years. Yes, you hear me correct, over 8,000 years. So this is the original Feng Shui. Because we are in a modern world, we have street directory, we have StreamYard here, we have live, we have Zoom. That's why it becomes modern Feng Shui. Okay, but the principle goes back 8,000 over years ago. And to classify us as modern Feng Shui, we do not sell anything. We do not have any auspicious item to sell to you, and we will not turn your house into a Chinese temple or a zoo. So your house, the moment someone walks into your house, nobody knows that you have seen Feng Shui. That is how confident we are. Okay, Masters, we have talked about the south sector. We're going to move on to the second sector, which I think personally is the most important sector, because this sector represents the mother. All right.
Before we move there, one thing I want to add. Remember in early days when Hougang side got these COVID infected, so the news was reporting that, surprisingly, the people that staying at the block a particular number, okay, and they're staying in different level, and then only that particular number have COVID patient. Yeah, this is something scientifically proof, given to us that, you are staying at that location, that arrow is pointing at you, or there's something that affecting you, exactly the same. So no matter which floor you stay in, the direction is not good. Then you get it.
So basically, to answer the question to Miss Liu, if you select a higher floor, we'll escape the bow and arrow. Miss Liu, the very first time you watch Robin Hood, do you realize that not everybody is a Robin Hood? Meaning to say, not everybody can shoot very straight. Some people shoot very, very crooked. For friends out there who have served the national service, you may understand or may hear this. You may hear your sergeant or corporal scolding the other soldier, why you shoot your buddy's target. There are a lot of bobo shooter in the military. Because the target are so far away, they shoot each other's target. Okay, so understand when the farmer fire the arrow, not all arrow will go straight. Some arrow will go curve. Not everybody's a sniper. They are bobo shooters. So long you are within the vicinity of the curve, you're potentially hit. All right, the height of the condo or the height of the floor doesn't matter. You will hit. All right, so it's arrow constantly firing at you. There's no escape. Okay, I think what Master Sima shared something was very scientific. Master Sima has been the award-winning for Young Scientist Award. Everything he says are based on facts and figures and science. That's what I like. So the very first time Master Sima taught me in Feng Shui, Master Sima is if you don't know, right? I give him a lot of hell. If you want to find out more, I will tell you on the 17th of October. We're going to have a Smashing Feng Shui Summit where we'll discuss the science and facts in Feng Shui and clear the myth and debunk all the superstitions. Okay, 17th of October on a Sunday. And it's also at 3:13 p.m. And there we're going to show you a video. We're going to tell you something that the Chinese ancestors have discovered over 8,000 years ago, but only in the near maybe 100 years old or less than 100, maybe 10, 20 years, the scientists just discovered, but our ancestors has discovered 8,000 years ago, right? We're going to show you video to show proof about what is really Feng Shui and what's really about energy. Okay, good. Without ado, Masters, can we move forward to the south west sector? Would that be okay for everyone? Southwest sector represents the earth element, represents the year in the past with 2015, 2016, the future will be 2027, 2028. If you are asking me this question, why am I bringing the past and reflect the future? History repeats itself every 12 years. If you want to know what is your coming years in store for you, well, very simple. Looking in the past, it will tell you stories already. Okay, it will tell you what's going to come up next. All right, for example, this is the 2021 coming to the end of the 2021. You want to know what's your 2022 going to be like? Look into your past 2010. How was your 2010? If it was a good year, congratulations, it's going to continue to be a good year. If it's not a good year, then it's not going to be prosperous or not going to be lucky for you. All right, come back to the software sector. Software sector represents the year 2015, 2016. Future will be 2027, 2028. Earth element represents mother. Earth loves two things. Three things rather. Earth loves earth. Earth loves fire element. Earth loves water element. It distastes the metal element and wood element. Over here, I see there are some fire element, which is very good. All right. Earth also represents the lady's private parts, your uterus, your womb. Okay, ladies, so pay attention. Your menses and things like that over here, pay attention. Also represents pregnancy, whether you are fertile or not. Please pay attention here. If you're thinking of having a family, this is the sector that you want to have extra information. And Earth also software sector represents digestive system, whether you are able to have a whole family digestive system in good condition or not good conditions. All right, meaning bloatiness, constipation, etc., etc. Okay, so over here I see there's two schools over here. I like the schools very much, but my masters has other thoughts in mind. So please, master, share with us as many information with our audience as possible, giving them our audience as much as possible so that they can make a good, educated decision when they buy these residences. Please, masters, take away from me.
Yeah, I think this sector, half side of it is good, half side of it is not so good. Yeah, we if you look at the Sembawang Avenue or Sembawang Road as the dividers, so it means that one is this sector represented by the 2 years, right? So the earlier year itself is not so good. Then the later year is better because there's two schools over there, right? And it actually school represented fire, and then the fire was produce the earth elements. Okay, so that year is very good. And although there is park over at this sector, but it's quite far away. What else in the earlier the other part of the sector? Okay, you have the Canberra resident, you have the Valconia residents over there. Okay, the nautical, right? So it represents good and bad. Okay, because it depends on this sector whether inside the floor plan itself is strong or not. But if it's strong, then this is your wealth, the type. If it's not strong, means hell. Right. So it's not so good about it. Yeah. How about your opinions, Mas Eric?
I think you hit the point. Yeah, it is correct. And from the look at it, is Southwest is not too bad. And maybe I'd like to just bring out some general knowledge. Let's say I'm living on the third floor, Master Sima's living on the fourth floor, Master Feng living on the second floor. I'm the only house with Feng Shui done by a master. Both of you house not Feng Shui at all. Three of us go out for a jog. We hit the same rock, we fell, we hurt ourselves badly. I can guarantee you with Feng Shui, I will get up faster, I will recover faster compared to the both of them because I have the right energy in my house. Okay? So this is that simple, Feng Shui. Okay, no need for what dragon, Bishu, or the toad that bite money, all those things we don't believe. Okay, because when Feng Shui developed in the ancient time, where got such things? They only read the season, the wind and the water for them to plant, prowl, rain, the water, and then harvest. That's all. That is Feng Shui. Okay. And okay, let's back to the Southwest. Southwest, further down, there's also Sunsail residence over there, but this Sunsail is under construction. Okay, so currently, if under construction and you are there, I would say that your stomach will not feel that comfortable, or even there could be constipation also. Yeah. So okay, I better hand over Master Feng in case I say everything. Master Feng.
好，我们就看看那个图吧。其实呢，这里外面有好有坏。现在最重要的那个影响的因素就是我们选一间西南方的地方是强的，就是可以突出的，或者是没有缺角的啊，然后再加强它，那么就没事了啊。因为 deciding factors 就是现在就是家里的layout，所以必须选好的西南方，那么就有助于家里的妇女或者是女主人呐、那么她就很有人缘啊，外面就会可以认财，声望认财嘛，就可以拿到财，水就是她的财了，所以就很多好处啊，明白吗？所以记得哦，千万要选好的西南方，因为一家之主，他是主菜的主嘛，所以这个地方一定要好哦，然后煮了家里人就吃得好，所以家庭就和睦，所以那个地方一定要保护好哦，千万哦，不然老公也不回来吃，那就麻烦了。OK， 好了，交给 Wendy 了，
You're muted, Wendy.
Thank you. I was busy laughing. I didn't even notice. Yeah, Master Feng is giving me a very big headache. Okay, this is from a woman to all the women out there listening in. Okay, one, if you're moving in, you have to be a very good cook. Okay, the main gist is you can keep your hubby interested and coming home. Okay, so you have to be a very good cook. Okay, but jokes aside, actually he wasn't joking. I'm sure he meant it. Okay, on a very serious note. Okay, Master Feng says that please, okay, if you're picking a property in this development, please ensure that to pick a unit very carefully for this Southwest. Okay, particularly you must pay attention to no missing corners. Number one. Better still have a protrusion because this is to aid the mistress of the family so that you will have a very good networking outside. And on top of that, this will also aid you in your very good wealth. Okay, and then back to being a good cook. So it's a vicious cycle. Okay, so woman, when you go shopping for this unit with your hubby, please check out the floor plan. And I stress again numerous times. Don't know how to check? Don't cry. Either get the house selection book or ring us up. Okay? I must stress this again and again. Okay? Don't be too stressed. There's a masters here to help. Okay, masters, back to you. This is Southwest, okay?
Hey, Wendy, you forgot to translate one thing.
有吗？
一家之主 you never translate.
不是 mistress of the family 吗？
一家之煮饭的煮，
煮饭的煮
Alright,
cook
so
of the family.
Sorry. I'm you know when it comes to jokes now, it gets lost on me. Like I said, I don't even know, it's not jokes aside, sorry. Okay. So how to translate that into English?
The cook of the family.
No, we said we have to be good cook. Okay. That's not a joke. Okay, he meant it. That wasn't a joke.
I'm
So,
serious, no joke.
I want to highlight a few things for people, audience out there. If you want to know more about extramarital affair and extra affairs, we have a Smashing Feng Shui 3 that was recorded last month. Go to our YouTube, go to our Facebook, and watch that. It's going to be very interesting. Many things to share with you guys. Okay. So to come to Master Feng, who says 一家之主, the chef of the family. Many people have this saying, when you control the man's stomach, you control his whereabouts. When you are a very good cook, your husband will come back home. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so outdated. Ask yourself, how many mistresses out there can cook? Ask yourself, all right? Mistress out there cannot cook very well. Mistress out there can cyanide very well, can tear very well. So the number one skill for a house owner, ladies, homeowner, the very first thing you need to learn is how to tear and how to cyanide. Okay, not how to cook. Okay, good. Let's move on to the west sector.
It's called modern Feng Shui.
Okay, so if you agree, press number 8 lah. Ladies out there, if you agree, press number 8. Or anybody out there, you agree what I just said. The very first skill the woman should learn is not how to cook, but how to tear and cyanide. Please press number 8. Okay, and please assure you, I can assure you, all the Xiao San out there, or the number 3 Xiao San out there, they are not good cooks, right? Most of the time, eat out some more. Okay, not good cooks. Okay, good. Press number 8 if you agree with me. Now, let's move on to the west sector. So, masters, are we okay to move on to the west sector? All right, west sector really represents cook. Okay, really represents eating. Also represents the year 2017, future with 2029, metal element. West sector also represents the throat, the dental, the tongue, and the lung. Okay, West sector also represents the third daughter in the family. That means she must have 2 elder sisters above her, and that is the third daughter. West also represents communication, represents happiness, also represents the year of a rooster. Right? I have a mixture of good and bad things to tell you about the West sector, because West sector with metal element, West love earth element, love wood element, all right, and of course love metal element. It doesn't like fire element, it doesn't like water element. But over here, I see there's so many water element. I see bows and arrows. Wow, I can tell you something. People who stays in Provence residents may a high tendency love their food, and they love their food with very strong taste. 重口味. Masters, please take away and tell us more. Master Simas, please.
Yeah, I think I just continue counting the arrow. Add another one from the west. Yeah, so that's from the Canberra link and then the Sembawang road itself, right? So this is direct hit from the west, and is so close that and supported by a school over there. Right, so as the school is so close as well, and then beside the school there's this Sembawang Polyclinic that is going to complete in 2023. Wow, so this is a triple hit from the west itself, and of course this one will affect the harmony of the families itself very badly. Yeah, so I think I leave the rest to the other masters to comment.
I think not all are bad. Though 50-50 this west side. Sembawang NPC, neighborhood police, Sembawang interchange, the MRT. these are the good elements that are there. So there are some bad, some good. So it depends on whether you are selecting a good unit that the west side is strong, no missing area, and I think you will be all right then. Yeah. Okay. What's the form?
Yeah，不错不错，是相当重口味啊！你是讲黑的吗？还是什么？没有，这个刺它是因为它刺相当的挑剔，它嘴巴呢讲话也是重口味啊，因为火克金啊，相当的重口味，讲出会喷火的，但是也是有人欣赏他，因为他有很多人气啊。可能你不晓得他是做律师的呢，很多人喜欢听他讲话；可能是反对党的呢，讲话啊很刺激的呢，啊对吧？啊，所以不可能哦，讲话是重口味，你知道我讲的是什么意思了？刺激性的，在家里，你讲一句，妈妈讲一句，孩子就顶2-3句，但是还好啊，这里因为这边呢还不错，还相当文明啊，孩子也不错的，所以孩子跟女儿都相当的有文化啦，就是说他成就不错，可能讲话的口味有一点火药味啊，但就是要注意这点，是从小要引导就没问题了。哦，这里好，对，
所以教育还是很重要哦。
非常重要，要引导。而且这边呢，火克金，注意大家的牙齿啊，这边是比较容易犯毛病的。就是这样，不要吃太过重的那种东西，辣的啊，就是重庆的那种很香的物件哦，所以就会伤到喉咙了。OK，估计他会吃，因为有这种迹象显示。好了，我就不说多了，就交给 Wendy 了。
Okay, food is always a very interesting subject in Singapore. Okay, so what Master Feng has actually reinforced what Master KK mentioned. Okay, because of the love for spicy food, if you have a tendency for spices, please be careful. Okay, especially for the dental and throat issues. Well, this is the part that I'm going to have some difficulty in deciphering. Okay, he said that if you stay here, well, when it comes to speeches, can be rather instigating, sharp tongue, choice of words could actually be rather fiery. But on the good side, on the plus side is if you're in the opposition party, if you're in the legal sector, well, you can create a very, very interesting conversation actually. You could be a great speech master from the way it sounds, but maybe you just continue to eat spicy food. That will help your tongue to be very sharp. Okay, is that correct, Master Feng?
Yeah， 不错了，你进步很多了，很快，恭喜你！加油！
我已经在流一把冷汗了 ，OK？
不要紧，很热，我这里也很热。
住在这里的人真的是不简单哎。
没有，我们很简单，simple，不要太复杂。
Okay, so that's the west side, okay? Doesn't sound very good actually.
Thank you, Wendy. Before we move on to the northwest sector, let's answer a question from Joel. So pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, if you see me keep looking over the other side, it's not that I'm not paying attention to you, it's just that I have multiple screens to look out. We're actually like a studio here, putting all the pictures and PowerPoint and then slides up for you. It's really like I'm managing a studio. So if I'm looking at the other side, pardon me because I'm looking at another screen. So I'm just reading out the screen to you. Residents of near a highway also equal a lot of traffic flow of energy. Right? 靠近高速公路的屋子会人气旺吗? No. When you are near the highway, that year passes by very fast. All right, it's just over. So it's a year of many things are going to happen, and then before you know it, it's over. All right, before you know it's over. Like how 2020 passed very fast. Before you know it, it's over. All right, good. So we're going to answer more questions later. If you have any questions, put into a group chat, post it out onto the Facebook. We'll try our very best to answer every one of yours. Okay, let's come back and talk about the Northwest sector. Now, Northwest sector represents the metal element. Daddy out there, Northwest sector is your sector. All right, Northwest sector is also represented by the year 2018, 2019. The future will be 2030, 2031. Northwest sector being the metal element, it loves wood element, it loves earth element and metal element. It doesn't like fire element, it doesn't like water element. So ladies out there, if you want to know whether your husband is a hardworking person or not, please pay attention to what we have to say already. There's a Chinese saying, 男怕入错行，女怕嫁错郎. So if you want to know whether your husband is going to be a good husband, is he going to be a good father, there are two ways to go about it. One, you can let us read your Feng Shui, floor plan analysis, house analysis. We can share many things with you. Or secondly, there is something we call numerologies. Numerologies. So the question is, would you like to spend time knowing that person before you understand him, or you want to understand him before you spend time with him? From numerologies, we can tell you many, many things about the characters of this particular person. If you're looking to all right, to marry this person, you want to know him better, approach Wendy. Wendy will arrange a session with you, with one of our masters, Master Feng, to do a numerologist reading. Of course, we also have divination reading, where from the handphone itself, we can tell the character of that person already. It's up and down. We also have Bazi reading by Master Simas. From the Bazi itself, we can tell you the health, the luck of this person. Many information can be shared. All right, do not just think that Feng Shui is one sector. Do not think that Feng Shui is the only skill you have. Our company comprises of many masters with many, many skill sets. All right, let's come back to the Northwest sector. Northwest sector has a playground, two playgrounds, and a school and a park. I can safely tell you the father in this family basically is a hardworking person. All right, generally hardworking, but also playful. All right, I shall leave the rest of the comment to the rest of the masters. Masters, please take away. Master Simas.
Yeah, just counting the last bow and arrow over here at the Northwest. So if you're selecting the wrong unit, wrong unit, not all the unit will have this. Yeah, if you're selecting the wrong unit, then the bow arrow will be shooting at you from the Northwest. Yeah, and then from the Northwest, if this bow arrow coming in, head problems, migraine problems, serious migraine problem, okay, and also brain tumor. That's very, very scary. Yeah, so this you have to be aware of it. Yeah, and then other than this one, I can see that if you select the right one, wow, got money, right? Because there's a park over there, and then it's a playground as well. Yeah, so very, very good. Money is very, very close. In Chinese, we say 唾手可得, not 垂手可得, 唾手可得. Yep. Yeah, Master Feng, Master Rick. So
yes, I think so. I think what you have mentioned is very correct. And just right beside this park, there is this what is highway? Is it a highway? Canberra
Link
road, link way, Canberra way. Okay, this junction is right sitting in between west and northwest. So there could be a transition change from 2017 west side, which is not so good, until northwest 2018-19, where the park and exercise park is. Yeah, that is your wealth, correct. But do not venture too far towards the school. That side is already further away. It could mean that if you venture too far, or if you are in business and your business needs you to go to venture into overseas, then there might be some issues, okay, in the overseas job over there. Yeah, I think that would be all from me, Master Feng.
这边你看一下家里的就是主人男主人是你注意一下，你看一下哦，不要担心有肿瘤之类啦，可能他有打不讨风啦，讨风可是也像小孩子这样很 playful 这样哦，知道我的意思吗？ 就好像小孩子这样的性
返
格啊，所以
老还童。
返老还童的样子啦。你看他在那边有很多 background 啊，又开心又有钱啊，有钱了又会耍一点脾气啦，因为他的火气一爆，一下子就没有了，也放心了。他讲话呢，有时会反反复复，反过来反过去 bang 啊，因为有 arrow 啊，arrow 就是有时候反叛的意思了，所以有时候你也不懂他想什么东西。他有钱嘛，他可能是一个老板。所以你很难抓到他的心里到底是想什么的，但是不用担心了哈，只要把这个方位加强，或者是选一个好的就 OK 咯啊，不然他有钱了他也花很多的哦，要注意一下。好，我就先讲那么一点点先，好 ，pass 给
Okay, I like this. I think this is very easy to decipher. Okay, all the women. Well, you have a rather hardworking hubby who will probably bring home enough dough, so you need not worry about that. Okay, the only thing you probably have a little bit of concern with is he's going to be young at heart, he can be playful. So I'm not sure whether as a wife you will enjoy such a hubby. A little bit quick temper, throws a bit of tantrum, but otherwise I think he sounds like just a kid. So if you have one son, you just treat it as you have two sons at home. Not an issue. If you can manage your son, you can manage your hubby like that. Yeah. 我还以为漏了什么吗？大概应该是讲完了。
你太好了，你可以，不错不错，你已经毕业了，
谢谢。我有这样多师傅在这几个月的教导，我的华语不冲上去也不行啊，因为我掉了很多头发。对，我如果真的是
最主要是你的风水好了。
对，
风水好了。
我的风水是最近刚刚被师傅们调了一条，不过我还在掉头发，我忘了跟你们讲一声，我忘了要问问师傅。
头发你东南方有再多一点金属就掉了，没事了，可以好的了。你的北方再加鱼，加大它。
Maybe suggestion for you, Wendy. Do
Yes.
something like Master KK, then you have no more worries about hair dropping issue.
Yes. Oh,
Hello. Yeah. If I do something like my boss, I'll tell you, all of you will be more stressed out. Serious. I'll be coming with to your everyday over my hair issues. He doesn't. He's happy, okay? I'm sorry lah. I still need my trash, okay? This is important.
Always when we talk about hair, it's very sensitive. You're really
very sensitive.
Okay, let's keep this one and not talk about hair, Ken. Let's just focus on the Provence residences. Now, Provence residences, I want to highlight a few things to you. Masters also add on the comments, please. If you all realize this Provence residences has two missing corners. The two missing corners is the northwest sector and the west sector. This Provence residences also look like the tip, the shape of the whole property looks like the tip of the knife. All right, so I don't really like the missing corner in the west and the northwest sector. When you have the west sector missing, it means happiness is missing. When the northwest sector is missing, it means the husband, the man in the family, tend to be away from the family, away from the house too long, right? Maybe due to work or need to travel overseas, right? Or need to work long hours, so you don't have a lot of quality time. Anything else to add, Masters, regarding this missing corners in the west and the northwest sectors, Masters?
The synchronicity.
Okay.
Right. So outside the environment is like that, and then inside you see. So when you select the particular unit, that time you have to be very careful. Don't let the synchronization go into your house. Yeah, that's very bad.
Okay. So Masters, let's teach our audience something. Let's teach our audience how to read the floor plan. Would that be okay? All right, so this is a typical floor plans for the HDB. We're using this as an example of the floor plans, okay? So floor plans, you can see it's not squarish. If you bring all the blue lines into the floor plans, you realize that there are pockets of pink colors that are not filled up in the blue line. Meaning to say these are what we call missing corners or cavities. what does it symbolize? For example, if you have one missing corner on the top left-hand corner, and if this left-hand corner represents the south sector, and if it's missing, future problems will be breast cancer, high blood pressure, heart diseases, eyesight issues, marriage issues, and even academic problems. We need to say that students staying in this house, the children have a lot of problems struggling to achieve academic results. And usually, in this case, the year 2026 is not going to be a very good year as well. For example, if you are looking into this sector that is a north sector that has missing sectors, the problems will be the disease for kidney, diabetic, noturia, astronospermia, poor memories, poor plannings. These are all the problems that you will have if you have missing north sector. And for north sector, it also means cash flow. Cash flow is also a trap. You have some problem. So let's look into the floor plan for province residences. So this is a typical floor plans from province residences. And we have analyzed one of it, and it's saw C3P. After the analyzing, we realized that this one has also missing corners. All right, these all the colors in green. These core colors in red are all the missing sector, missing corners, or we call cavities in the property. And the good one is the green colors. Green color means it's protruding, is something outside the blue color box, and only usually happens in private property or in condominiums. In HDB, 99.9% do not have a green sector. They are all only with red missing cavity sector, got no green sector. But for condominiums, yes, you have a mixture of green sector, which is the protruding sector, which is very good. And you also have the missing sector, which is the cavity sector, which is painted in red, which are not so good. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, when you're selecting a house, this is very important that you know where are the missing sector, which sector are they representing, what are they representing, which year representing, which family members are representing, and what are the health issues that comes along with it. And how can you tell? Be sure the only people can tell you are professional Feng Shui consultants. All right, good. Having said that, Masters, do you think we should come to the next sector that's very exciting to tell our audience what are the points you allocate for province residences, whether it's a buy or it's a no buy? All right, this is a moment of truth. So, Masters, please talk about this. Before we come to this, I saw a very interesting comment from Joel. All right, have hair problems, have hair issue, look for me. Many alternatives, cheap cure available, free of charge to enter, you send. Okay, can. This one you self-promote, I must take 10% off from your commission. Use my program. Okay, good. Now, come, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention now. Our Masters is going to come to you and tell you whether this is a buy or no buy. All right, Master Simas, please tell us how many percent of a yes and how many percent of a no. 1 upon 10. What is your score?
3, 7. Yeah, because looking at the arrows and then the amount of units that available to get to deal with this one. Yeah, I think the percentage is quite not a lot.
All right, so Master Simas has given his answer. He says 3 for buying and 7 for not buying. All right, good. Master Eric, please tell us your comments.
I think I would go with Master Simas also. 3 and 7. My take is that the sectors are pretty weak. They are not very strong. So if you can choose a better unit with a good non-missing corners, and then Feng Shui plus Feng Shui, because the external energy are affecting also. So yeah, the 3, 7. That's it.
Okay, good. Master Fong, can you please tell us what is your reading? What is your grade for this property?
Hello，你人会聽福建無？我好啊，3.77啊，37。37。安怎安尼款呢 ？Because an environment 嘛，安尼款。若是講你的厝較好淡薄啊，就結婚啦，安尼款意思。知影無？明白啊！我講啲唔識嘅福啊，呢個廣東話。 唔使驚，唔使窮啊，唔是窮，唔是窮。
客家人話講又講廣東話，又講福建話，又講唔係幾好。
講啲客話潛雅啲啦。
Okay, thank you so much, Master Simas, Master Eric, and Master Feng. So the final points that I have is I want to give it. Sorry, why is it not out? Why is it not out? What happened?
I give it a blank.
重口味啊，黑的哦。
I cannot give. What happened? What happened? I cannot give.
重口味的。
I cannot give points. So, oh my god. You can take points. Okay, my points actually my points is
everything happens
5.
for a reason.
5 upon 5. I think then we need to retract back already. Maybe it's not 5 upon 5. I want to give points 5 upon 5. Obviously, I have something wrong. I was just telling everybody this afternoon, hey, our live streaming your first time, no technical issue. Now finally want to everything okay of technical issue. Oh my god, must keep the finger crossed. You're right, Wendy. So for everyone out there, my points is actually 5 upon 5. Why 5 upon 5? Because I really like the 2 MRT station there, the Canberra MRT station and the what other called, which is Sembawang MRT station. Yeah, I really like them. But that's the 2 reasons why they have 2 extra points. If not, I totally agree with all the masters that there are 2 very bows and arrows. Especially the south sector, there's brownstones. I really distaste that. The west sector, there's a lot of fire element. If you want to know if the fire elements and the bow and arrow together in the west sector, what it symbolizes? It symbolizes that sometimes little children, they tend to be a bit the blunt thing is to say they like to say not the truth but maybe they are more creative in their saying. How's that way? Okay, let's just give our children a benefit of doubt. Creative in saying
conservative 啦。
yeah, conservative lah. Because if not, then people say, "Why you saw the 儿子这样，你说的女儿这样?" No. Okay? I'm not saying that they need to practice good speech, which can be addressed easily. Okay, so yeah, so that comes to our final. So it's basically a very high point for no buying lah. Okay, can do. All right, so there's a few questions. Let's answer the questions. So Wilson Chiu, how to decide if the layout is protruding or missing corners? That's a very good question. Now, to decide whether it is protruding or missing, it depends on the external, few factors. External factor, whether the environment, that site, whether it's protruding is good or not. If it's good, for example, we just mentioned the east sector is very good. Then if your house balcony is facing the east, then it's very good. Second thing, I want you to do this exercise. Audience out there, please raise your right hand. Not sumpah, just raise your right hand and cover your eyes. Okay? Can you see what's in front of you? No, you cannot. So you need to remove your hand. So meaning to say, when you buy a condominium or high-rise flat, try to buy something that's unblocked. Right? If you look into our Facebook, I keep showing pictures of unblocked view. So those blocked view are not good. Meaning to say, a lot of property agents want to sell you units in between swimming pool. Hey, pool view there, and they tell you it's more expensive. Hello, it is not good in Feng Shui because you're looking to the next block. Okay, there you go. So you see, this property agent don't really like me because I always say the truth. Okay, so I hope you understand. Okay, so YL Leong and Joel, you're going to make friends. You want to talk about hair problems. This show cannot talk about hair problems. Okay, very sensitive. Especially today, my birthday, cannot talk about hair problems. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show. If you really want to know about your Feng Shui, please contact us. If you want to talk about your property, please contact Wendy. Wendy has a number there. Wendy, you want to flash your number, Wendy? And for friends who wants to get the book, it's written there. The book, the 3 books, the link is over there. With this link, you can get all the 3 books. All right, good. Masters, anything you guys want to add? Anything you want to add, Master Simas?
Yeah, I think to look at the feng shui itself is not so simple, because what we share over here is majority of the unit we can do it this way, right? So, and that's why it's a generic one. Yeah, and then a lot of people were saying that do we need to look at the 八字? Why some 师傅 want to look at your 八字? Because with your 八字, they know your luck. So if they know your luck and your luck is good, when you are selecting a unit, when your luck is good, the chances of getting the unit is very high. When your luck is bad and you want to select a good unit, the chance is very low. So knowing your 八字, right, they can help you with that, right? So that's another way of helping. So you know the 天时, you know the 地利, and then you get the 人和 very easily. So no matter how we do it, yeah, the 地利 is the easiest one because it's within our reach. Yeah, we know how to do it. Of course, the 人和 is the most important one. That's why from the China, you look at the education itself, they are focusing mainly in 人和 education. Yeah, in the China, they don't teach how to read 八字. They don't teach how to do feng shui. All these are in the society, in the people themselves. Okay, yeah, they have this secret kind of way to teach from one generation to another one, but not generically from the government. The government just focusing on 人和. Yeah, that's what we do also.
But Master Simas, I thought reading the 八字 know his luck trend and know whether he can pay or cannot pay.
Not easy leh. Even his 八字 is bad now. You also want him to pay. You have to help him because he already read leh.
I see. Okay.
All right, Master Fong, anything to add on, Master Fong?
If you have got this north missing corner, most likely you will do installment 有欠债。
放账 okay.
我一看我就知道了。OK。
Okay, thank you very much, Masters, for the wisdom. All right, without forgetting to thank our beautiful Wendy for working on the Saturday to always help us on our live shows. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, to come to the end of the show, I wish everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Because of the pandemic, many pubs and mums stores are not doing well. Go and support the local stores. Go and support the local enterprise. All right, Circle 96 also local just want to prove. Okay. All right, good. Wish everybody have a nice weekend. Bye bye. See you guys.